Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about simple expressions. This is a first session or a first video of a Python. Here we will understand the very basic expressions like Boolean expressions, and we'll understand how Python interpret the Boolean expression and what kind of values it will assign for a Boolean data. Let's begin our video with the simple expressions. So here I'm going to talk about first Boolean evaluation, right? So how we can understand this Boolean values and things like that. So first of all, when somebody says Boolean, so two things should come into your mind. That is basically true or false, right? So these are two Boolean expressions or values, you can say, true or false. So now let's understand how Python will understand these expressions, right? So I'm here checking true. I also have one more condition here, like a and. So if both are same, it is going to give me a same result. If one of them is different, in this case, true and a false, right? So I'm giving one of them. I mean, both the Boolean things I'm giving here, but I'm giving one more condition in between and. So Python always try to give a true value, right? Since I have a false in an and condition, so it is going to give me a false, right? So if I say a true and true, right? So true and true, so yes, it is going to give me a true value, right? So, and if I give a true or a false, right? One of them should be a true. If Python finds one of them is true, then it is going to return a true value, right? So let's see that this is going to give me a true. It doesn't care whether true is first or it is falling in the after or. So it doesn't care. As soon as it finds a true, it is going to give that values whenever I use a or condition. The same thing is wrong if I give a and condition, right? And if I say not true, right? So when I say not true, obviously it is going to be a false, right? So that's how Python will understand, right? And I'm sure that now everyone is guessing that what is this value going to be? Not false is obviously going to be true. So here I have some more other expressions. Here I'm saying true is true. So these are all keywords: is, not, and, or, right? So all these are keywords, right? It's not something a variable or anything. I will talk about variable very soon. So here I'm saying a true is true. So when I say true is true, yeah, true is a true. So obviously it is going to give me true, right? And if I say true is a false, I'm converting true into a false here, right? True into false. So obviously the result is going to be a false, right? So true is a false, it is going to give me a false. Similarly, I am saying here, I'm taking some data here, so which is nothing but a. A is a A. Yes, A is a A. This is just like a true is a true kind of a thing, right? Here I am saying this value and this value is equal, right? So in that case, yeah, both are correct. Your comparison is correct. It is going to return true. All right. So now here I have a true plus true. Okay, you can guess it, but here how it works in Python, true will be assigned 1 and false will be assigned 0, right? It will treat true equal to 1 and false equal to 0 whenever I have this kind of addition or subtraction kind of operation. If I do, then it will start treating true equal to 1 and false equal to 0. So that is how Python understand, but that is how Python will treat this true and a false. Now let's see, I say true plus true. And as I said, true will take a value 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. And if I say true plus false, yes, it's just a mathematical operation. That's all. So as long as, if I don't use this plus and other things, so in that case, I will use this kind of expressions. If I'm doing some addition or, some other operations, that time it will start treating as a 1 and 0. That's how it is going to understand. Since false is a 0, it is giving me 1 plus 0, 1. Similarly, here 0 plus 0, right? Now 1 minus 0. Yes, 1. Now false minus false, 0 minus 0. Obviously, it's going to be a 0. So here it's a 0 minus 1. Right? This is just our normal calculation. So now here I'm giving 10 equal to 10. Right? So here in a Python, how we understand this equal whenever I want to compare with one data versus another data, we should always compare with these two equal signs, right? So when I say compare equal comparison, less than, greater than, we'll understand in later part. So here I am saying that equal and equal, right? So that means that left hand side data is equal to right hand side. That is what I'm checking. If both are same, then it is giving me true, right? And same thing goes here. Is 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes, it is not less than, but we have equal sign here. If I'm comparing two conditions, like in this case, less than, and also I'm checking a equal. So I cannot write something like this, less than, equal to, which is wrong. So what I can do, I can just write a less than and equal. That is enough. So here it is taking a two condition, less than or equal kind of a thing. So this can be written like a less than or equal to. So we interpret it as a less than or equal to, and I'm checking one of them condition is true, then it is going to return true. Since 10 equals to 10, it is returning true, right? And in this case, true and false are true. We have three situations here, like three expressions with the two conditions. I have a and, I have a or, right? So even if you consider first, it is going to take this, and out of these two, it is going to return a true. And what happens? True and true. So, and we know what is true and true in this case. If I take this as the first instance, like checking this condition, true and a false, yes, it will return a false. But later, it will be compared with a or true. And we have seen all these conditions, right? So in this case also, it is going to return me true only, right? So these are very simple expressions. So you just need to understand what is Boolean values and things like that. So it will come handy when you move forward in your course. All right. All right. Let's look into variables in Python. All right. So whenever we work in any environment or any language or anything, right? So always store data in with some name, right? So I cannot keep using the numbers every now and then. Whenever I want to use that particular data or any number, you can say. So we have some standards that we need to maintain, like storing a data in one of the, I would say, a letter, a word, anything which is a meaningful one. So that things we call it as a variable, right? So here you can see that one, I'm saying that store this one into this particular data, this particular name, that is nothing but a variable here. All right. uh, data 1 is stored in variable X. That's how we can interpret this. And what is this type? Type says that, okay, what type of variable it is, what type of data it is holding, right? So what I can do, I can assign this one to this variable, and I check the type of this variable, and it is an integer. As you can see, one, we don't have any fractions or anything, just a simple plain number that is nothing but an integer here. And do we have other types also? Yes, we have other types. Like the next one, here what I'm doing, the same data, one, I'm assigning this data to this, but with the fractions, 1.0. If I check the type, now it is going to give me a float because I have a float points here. That's how a Python understands this. And now let's use this Boolean again and see. Here I am assigning true to a variable b1. I am assigning a value like this false to this variable b2, and I'm checking what is the type of b1. It is going to give me a boolean that we have seen few minutes ago. All right. So that is basically what are some of the data types. And we have one more data type. As of now, what we have seen in terms of numbers and in terms of expressions here, right? So if what if I have some kind of a data in terms of what a string, a name, right? Our name, your name, whatever, a college, your friends, a family name. So we have name, right? So we have something like a, a string in the Python. So we call that kind of a variables or a strings, right? Here I am simply assigning x, y, z to a particular variable. Variable name is name1, and if I check the type, it is basically what? String. Str is nothing but string. All right. So now see that is there any kind of a restriction or things like that in order to assign some data to any variable? Let's understand this. So here I have a 10. I can assign this 10 to any type of a variable. I mean to say whatever the name you want to give, you can give. There is no restriction at all. So here I'm assigning a 10 to 10th, and if I print that, here I'm going to print it. It is giving me 10. There is no difficulty here, right? So I can give any names here. Then next one is I am saying a 10, assigning a 10 to 10 here. Just one is in a word and another one is in a number, right? And here again directly I'm printing. So I'm assigning 10 and printing it. Yes, I will be able to get it. And if I am passing this, this is basically a string. So when I can say it is a string. So if at all your data is within the inverted commas here, right, in this course, so you can call it as a string, right? So that's when you can call it as a string. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this and I will mention this, and it is going to take what here? This 10 is a one variable, right? So that 10 I am assigning it to this 10. So if I change this to string, right? If I change this 10 to string and assign it to this one, if I print that, I will get a ten, right? I cannot assign something like this, like uh, suppose say x, y, z, and I say again x, y, z. And if I print x, y, z, it is going to give me an error because it is not taking this type of a data. We have to have inside a quotes here. Now if I print it, yes, I will get a XYZ. In this case, we have assigned a data to 10. It was able to print this 10 in the earlier case because directly we are using this variable. All right. So yeah, that is how you can interpret. And there is something like if I want to combine this is integer and this is a string, will I be able to do some kind of a addition here, right? So what happens? Let's understand this one. So I cannot add any string to a basically a very integer here. So as of now, we understood it is a string and this is an integer. If I try to add, I will get into a problem, right? So because I cannot do addition on a string with a number here, all right? But somehow I want to add it, right? We will have situations like, let's say that, let me type this. Suppose if I want to write, I won 500 rupees, right? Here I have a string as well as a integer and string, right? If I want to write this type of data, this type of a statement, so how will I be able to join? Because here I'm not able to do it, right? So what I can do, I have to find some alternative way, right? So I have to convert one of this data to the same type of a data type. Like, so this is a string and this is a integer. Either I can try to convert this string into integer, then integer same. Otherwise, I can convert this integer into string, then string will be same, then I will be able to join this. All right. So let's do some kind of a operation here so that we can add this one guy to this day, right? My idea is to print it something like this: day one. This is our day one, right? Something like that, right? Let's see that. Okay, so here what I'm trying to do, I am trying to first check with this. So what I will do, I will try to convert this day into integer, right? Let's see that what is going to happen here. So basically I want to make sure integer and integer so that I can add. If I do that, no, it is not possible, right? I cannot convert a string at any time into integer, right? Then what is the option left for me? The next option is basically this guy. So I can convert this one into a string. So that is what I'm trying to do here. So how to convert that any data into a string? So you can just mention str and give your integer or any variable here, right? You can simply convert that into a string. But I cannot convert string into integer, right? So that is not possible. But here it is possible. That is what I'm trying to do here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute this. And yes, I will be able to join this day and plus 1. All right. So that's how it is. This is nothing. It is just yeah, x equal to 1 and it is an integer. This we have seen. So this is how basically how these are the types of variables and data types, how we can assign the data. So these are the things that we have understood in this video. So yeah, that's all in this video. Thank you for watching this video. See you all in the next video. Keep learning. Thank you.